Hi, this is Jason Mater Robinson, guest DJ this week here on Spotlight on the Artist. We have a special treat for you here. It's actually a new show we just picked up, and here on My Daddy-O Radio, you can catch her on Mondays. And this is my good pal, the Highwaywoman, Miss Brigitte London. How you doing, Bridge?
I'm doing great, Jason. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. We've been friends for how long now? What? It's been like 20 years now, hasn't
It
it?
feels like it, a lifetime.
I'm telling you. And you've always been good to me, and I've really enjoyed your music. And we both have a fond for Roger Allen Wade, and I think that's how we met. So,
You know what? It is because I think when I did The Reckless Kind is how we connected, and that was so cool. And we both know and love Roger's music. He touches that place in you, you know.
he really does. He's such a gem. But let's talk about you. I want you to introduce yourself to everybody that may not know who you are and where you're at in the world today, and just kind of give us a brief bio about Miss Brigitte London.
Well, that's a long story to sum it up in 20 seconds. Yeah, my name's Brigitte London, and I'm living back in Texas. I've been traveling around the United States playing music since I was a teenager, and I've released a lot of records, and I'm very impassioned about artistic freedom and independent music media freedom. And I love what my Daddy-O radio's doing, so I love what you're doing. And so through all that, I've kind of, utilized my music and tried to bring along the music of those I love along the way, and just try and change the industry, not by fighting the old, but by creating the new, I guess. So
Oh, absolutely. So where was you at? Where you were born in what state again? What was
I
this?
was actually born in Wisconsin, believe it or
Right.
not. Yep, and I would live there till I was 17.
So when you was in the say you were in the Wisconsin there, what influenced you to start songwriting and stuff? What was the kind of the songwriting aspect of it? Where did that come from?
Well, actually, my sister taught me how to read when I was 3,
Oh wow.
and she's 12 years older than me, and taught me how to write at a very young age. So I was already writing when I was kindergarten age,
Mm-hmm.
and I started writing poems. I had a very challenging upbringing. Movie of the week wouldn't cover it. It was it
Oh,
was it was
absolutely.
pretty dark. It was very dark and very challenging, and so I turned to. I was a very perceptive kid, also because of the environment that I was raised in. I
Mhm.
needed to kind of have all my senses at top height in order to survive, and writing was a way to kind of get me through all that. So I started writing songs when I was in kindergarten and playing guitar. My sister had an old guitar that she
Mhm.
never really picked up, and it just was. I knew I came out singing, and music was all I ever was from the time I came into this world, and it helped me survive growing up. I loved it so much, and I listened to a lot of classic rock because my sisters were 10 and 12 years older than me, and it was the 70s. They were listening to all that, but I got into Johnny Cash and Waylon
Right.
because that was what was on the airwaves, and so I grew up with a strong love for both rock and country, but roots country was my main love, you know.
Yeah. I think we had talked one time, and they said this is kind of a funny story. It was talking about you actually did breakdancing or something at one time.
In high school,
Yeah.
yeah, at the Indian reservation, I got
Uh,
a bunch of the guys together. I grew up next to an Indian reservation, and we would have a band, and we go out there and have band practice, and that's in the '80s. This is in the '80s now in high
yeah.
school, and the breakdancer came out, and I was actually part of a breakdancing group, Jason.
Wow. Yeah, it's all out in the open now. So,
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
it's the Renaissance Highway woman now. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But so let's talk. Let's go for a break. We'll spin a couple of tunes. We'll come back and talk to you. How about that?
Sounds great.
Okay. Okay, we're back here with Brigitte London on the Spotlight here on MyDaddyORadio.com. I am Jason Mater Robinson, your handsome host and guest DJ this week. They were lucky enough to turn me in here and turn me loose. But we're talking to the highway woman, Miss Brigitte London, right now. And Brigitte, let's talk about this American Politan thing. Tell everybody about that.
Ameripolitan, well, as most of you know that are listening, if you're a fan of what we would call real country music, it hasn't been on the airwaves in a long time. Dale
That's right.
Watson's been an advocate. He had a song called "If That Country My You Know What." I don't know what we can
A
say.
double A double crooked letter. Yeah.
Yeah, and also Nashville. Help me, Merle. I'm breaking out in the Nashville rash. Looking like I'm falling in the cracks. I'm too
Yeah.
country now for country, just like Johnny Cash.
Yes.
So he's been fighting it a long time, and he came up with this organization called Ameripolitan, and he's really trying to unify rockabilly roots, those that are rooted in country. We're basically abolishing the term because they've ruined it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I've become a strong advocate of it and host a show called Ameripolitan Live once a month. And I'm
Yes.
working with Dale Watson along with several other people to bring this forth. And it's making some waves. We're really excited.
Oh yeah, I'm excited too. It's a long time coming because everything now is just so generic. And I was talking to a good friend of mine, Dennis Soulsby, the other day, and he was talking. He said, "Man, there's just a bunch of generic stuff out there." I said, "Yeah, I know, man, but I think there was American. I saw something somebody had posted. Said if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. So
That's the model for Ameripolitan Music,
right,
and people can go to facebook.com/ Ameripolitan Music or ameripolitanmusic.com. That's AMERIPOLITAN.
yes,
Yowza.
absolutely. And so others, let's talk about. I understand you've got a new album coming out pretty soon.
I do. I do. I can't even tell you how much this means to me. I never dreamed it would be this many years before I released a record, other than I put out an acoustic album in 2010.
And I love that bare bones. That was
Yeah, thank you, Jason. Thank you, and I appreciate you playing it on your show.
absolutely, absolutely. We love it. It's just really good, soulful, and it's honest music. That's what I like about it. It's honest.
Thank
And
you. That was
uh,
just me and the guitar for that album. That was it.
well, sometimes that's the best way it is. No whistles and bells, stripped down to the root, and getting back to it. So, what the new album is it going to have a? Is it going to be the same kind of feel? Is there going to be a band on it? How's that going to
Well,
work?
I've got a lot of old fantastic. I'm blessed to know a lot of really great
Yes,
players and have worked
yes,
with them and to be back in Texas around them. But there's actually several acoustic because it's just become a way I perform now.
yeah,
Um, I've got several. In fact, I covered one of Roger's songs
yes,
on it, and I
yes.
think you've even got a
I
pre
do.
version of it.
I do. And it's awesome, by the way. Be on the lookout, everybody. It's going to be awesome.
I actually did a lot more covers on here than my own. I have about 8 tracks that are mine and 4 or 5 that are covers. And I did Billy Don Burns' song,
Oh, he's
Keith
phenomenal.
Whitley Blue, and Roger's song, and a song of my producer, AJ Downing. But it's got a lot of new material on it. People haven't heard from me, and some acoustic bass, some full band,
Mhm.
great steel players, and great
Right.
guitar. It's good. I
Just,
love it. I'm excited. July. It'll be
yeah,
out in
July.
July, yeah.
It'll be out in July. What day? Because July 13th is my birthday. That'd be
Oh,
awesome.
maybe we should release it on your birthday,
You
Jason. We
might have
haven't
to
set a
do
date yet.
that. Okay. I haven't set a date yet.
We're still waiting to we're still actually finishing up some recording and have to have it
Right.
mixed and pressed, but I just wanted to get it out there as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
It's called The Heart of the Highwaywoman.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask what the name was. Okay. The Heart of the Highway Woman. Look for that in July. Bridget, we're going to take another break and spin a couple more tunes. We'll get back with you and we'll close this out and we'll spin a couple of tunes. Okay.
Great, thank you.
All right. And we're back here talking to the Highway Woman on the Spotlight this week here on My Daddy Radio. I'm Jason Mater Robinson. I have my little show, the Southern Culture Revival, little old diddly. You might want to tune into it every Saturday night about 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, if you can't catch it that time, just go Tuesdays, every Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Bridget, you're on My Daddy Radio now too. That's awesome.
Hey, thank you for that. I appreciate that, Jason. You kind of connected me with them there, or not kind of, you did. And they've been running the Highwaywoman radio show. I'm really happy about that. It's a radio show I have
Right.
featuring different artists around independent and major. So
Absolutely. Let's talk about the magazines here. We got Outlaw magazine, and we have the sister one, Kick Ass Women magazine.
yep, KMW, Kick Ass
KMW.
Music Women. Yep,
Yes,
and you're a writer for both of those.
I am a writer. I am a writer. I am a writer. I am too. And
We are blessed. Yeah, you've brought so many great musicians to my attention and to the attention of, hundreds of thousands of people across the world. These magazines really have grown beyond our expectations. I started it with my partner Robin,
mhm.
and we just had, just hopes to get music out there. And wow, I mean, thanks to writers like yourself.
We have a lot of good writers.
We
Dave
do, we do.
Dave Pilot,
Dave
go
Pilot, man,
the
yeah,
man.
hell
And
yeah.
just and I like how it feels like family. All of us does, and that's what I like about it. I've written for several magazines since then, but I want to thank you because you really kind of gave me that opportunity, and I've just ran with it, and man, here I am. So, and God bless you, Bridget, for that. So,
Well, back at you, and we are fortunate to have you. Don't mistake that, because, like I said, you've brought so many great musicians and articles and reviews and interviews to both Outlaw Magazine, which is
mhm.
outlawmagazine.com, and kickassmusicwomen.com.
Yeah,
So
we will post all those links on here, and so everybody can get all of that. But I guess we're gonna go ahead and close it off today, Bridget. But I want to thank you for your time, and thank you for making honest music, and just don't never change. Okay.
thank you so much, Jason. I really appreciate it, and I'm so excited about your show and everything you're doing.
Well, thank you much, and we're excited about the new record and everything else is coming. And if there's anything ever you need, don't hesitate to holler.
Back at you. Thank you, Jason. Love you.
All right, love you too. And that was the Highwaywoman here on the Spotlight here on MyDaddyORadio.com. Be sure to check out the new album and go check out all the sites. We'll post all the links and everything. And that was it. Sayonara.
Hey y'all, this is Brigitte London, and you're listening to my good friend Jason Mater Robinson right here on My Daddy O Radio on his show Southern Culture Revival.